1995, Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has a long and rich history, beginning in 1932. It was first introduced to honor the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. The design, featuring Washington's bust on the obverse, was created by sculptor John Flanagan. This design remained largely unchanged for decades, and the 1995 quarter still carries this classic image. But what about the 1995 edition specifically? By the mid-1990s, the Washington Quarter had already cemented its place in U.S. coinage. While not particularly rare, the 1995 quarter is still an interesting coin for collectors and holds some value depending on its condition, mint mark, and any potential errors. Now let's dive into the specifics of the 1995 quarter. This coin was produced at three main mints: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, San Francisco S mint mark, which primarily produce proof coins. The majority of these coins were made for circulation, but as always, collectors seek out coins in the best condition, typically uncirculated or with minimal wear. Let's break down what you should look for. First up is the condition. Like most coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Uncirculated or mint state MS coins are the most valuable, often commanding prices much higher than their face value. Proof coins, which were struck at the San Francisco Mint, are also highly collectible due to their mirror-like finish. Next, let's talk about mint marks. The Denver and Philadelphia Mint coins are more common, but proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are sought after by collectors. Proof versions, especially in higher grades, can fetch a good price. Finally, let's touch on errors. While the 1995 Washington Quarter is not known for having major mint errors, it's always possible to find some rare variations. Look out for doubling off center strikes or any odd features. Coins with significant errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. All right, let's get to the part you've been waiting for: the value. A typical circulated 1995 Washington Quarter is still worth 25 cents. However, coins in better condition can be worth more. Circulated coins usually just face value 25 cents. Uncirculated coins, depending on grade, they can range from $1 to $20 or more. Proof coins, high-grade proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, can be valued anywhere between $5 to $20. Error coins, if you're lucky enough to spot a rare error, these can reach upwards of hundreds of dollars depending on the type and condition. Remember, these values are always subject to market demand and the specific grade assigned to the coin. 1990 Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It quickly became a staple of American currency and has been in circulation ever since, with the design remaining largely unchanged until the state quarters program began in 1999. By 1990, the Washington Quarter had been in production for nearly 60 years. The coin features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse or front, and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse. While the design is standard, the value of this coin can vary depending on certain factors. Before diving into value, let's cover the key details for the 1990 Washington Quarter. Composition: 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Weight: 5.67 grams. Diameter: 24.3 mm. Edge reeded with small vertical grooves. Mint marks quarters were minted in three locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters were made for circulation, while the San Francisco quarters were produced as proof coins intended for collectors. The mint mark is located on the obverse right behind George Washington's ponytail. Now let's talk value. The majority of 1990 Washington quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, especially if they've been in circulation and show signs of wear. However, certain factors can make these quarters more valuable. Mint state condition MS grades coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with high grades like MS65 or MS67 can be worth more than face value. As of now, a 1990 quarter in MS65 condition might be worth around $5 to $15, while higher grades can fetch even more. Proof coins: if you have a 1990s proof quarter, it was likely sold directly to collectors. These coins are usually valued around $5 to $10 depending on their condition. Errors and varieties. Error coins are always a hot topic in the coin collecting world. Look out for coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or other noticeable minting mistakes. Certain error varieties can bring in anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on their rarity and demand. Toning and eye appeal: some collectors pay a premium for coins with unique toning or exceptional eye appeal. Although this is more subjective, it's worth considering if your quarter stands out visually. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1990 quarter is valuable? Here are a few steps you can take. Inspect the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for any errors or varieties. Look for sharp details and minimal wear, which can indicate a higher grade. Check the mint mark. Remember, quarters without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia. Denver quarters have a D and San Francisco proof coins have an S. Consult a price guide. Use reputable coin price guides or websites to get an idea of the current market value for coins in various conditions. Get a professional grading. If you believe you have a high grade or error coin, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. This can authenticate the coin and give it a grade, potentially boosting its market value. 1983 Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has been in circulation since 1932, first introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design was so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and became a staple of U.S. currency. In 1983, however, something interesting happened in the world of Washington Quarters that makes this coin particularly sought after. 1983 was a unique year for coin collectors. Due to the economic recession and the resulting reduction in the production of coins, very few 1983 quarters were saved in mint state condition. As a result, finding high-quality specimens from this year can be quite a challenge today, making them more valuable than many other quarters from surrounding years. Let's take a closer look at the design of this coin. The obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, which has remained largely unchanged since 1932. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and preparedness. One important thing to note is the mint mark, which tells us where the coin was struck. For 1983, these quarters were minted at two locations: Philadelphia no mint mark and Denver D mint mark. There were no San Francisco mint proofs issued for circulation that year, which adds to the scarcity of high-grade examples. Now let's talk about the value of the 1983 Washington Quarter. As I mentioned earlier, high-grade examples are tough to find because very few were preserved in uncirculated condition. Most of the coins were heavily circulated, leading to significant wear and tear. In circulated condition, these quarters usually fetch between 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on their state. However, in higher uncirculated grades, especially MS65 and above, the value skyrockets. You could be looking at prices ranging from $20 to over $100 for a high-grade example. The reason for this spike in value is the low availability of mint state coins. In fact, in some cases, a top quality 1983 quarter with an MS67 grade is sold for as much as $1,500 or more at auctions. The key is to find a coin with minimal wear, sharp details, and clean surfaces. As with many coins, error varieties can make your 1983 quarter even more valuable. Keep an eye out for things like double dies, off-center strikes, and other mint errors. While they're rare, these errors can significantly boost the coin's value if authenticated by a professional grading service. 1994 Washington Quarter. By 1994, the Washington Quarter was well into its seventh decade of circulation, maintaining its place as one of America's most recognized coins. Unlike special commemorative quarters, the 1994 version is part of the standard circulation series. It's made of a copper nickel-clad composition, meaning it has a copper core with a nickel coating on the outside. Let's talk about the coin's specifications. The 1994 Washington Quarter has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, a reeded edge, and is composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The obverse or front side features John Flanagan's classic profile of George Washington. The reverse side still carries the iconic bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and olive branches. The 1994 Washington Quarter was struck at three different mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver marked with a D, and San Francisco marked with an S. The coins from Philadelphia and Denver were intended for general circulation, while the San Francisco quarters are proof coins, specially made for collectors. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish and are generally more valuable than their circulation counterparts. Now let's get into the part everyone's curious about: the value. The value of a 1994 Washington Quarter depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins which show signs of wear are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated example or a proof coin, the value increases. For example, an uncirculated 1994 quarter from Philadelphia or Denver might be worth around $1 to $3 depending on its condition. Proof coins from San Francisco can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 and higher if they are graded in top condition by third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC. As with most coins, certain errors or varieties can make the 1994 Washington Quarter worth significantly more. Some known errors include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins with missing or weak cladding layers. These error coins can be worth anywhere from $20 to over $100 depending on the severity and rarity of the error. So, should you hold on to your 1994 quarters? If you have a proof coin or a high-grade uncirculated example, it's definitely worth setting aside. Even circulated coins can be fun to collect, especially if you're building a date run of Washington quarters. Always check for errors, and if you believe you have a valuable coin, consider getting it graded by a reputable service. 1991 Washington Quarter. By 1991, the Washington Quarter was still in its traditional design, featuring the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, while the reverse showed the American bald eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. The year 1991 didn't bring any major design changes, but it did produce some interesting varieties. The 1991 Washington Quarter was minted in three locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver marked with a D, and San Francisco marked with an S. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters were released for general circulation, while the San Francisco quarters were specially struck as proof coins for collectors. Here are the mintage numbers for each mint location. Philadelphia no mint mark, approximately 570 million coins. Denver D mint mark, approximately 927 million coins. San Francisco S Mint Mark, proof roughly 3 million coins. These figures show that the 1991 quarters are not particularly rare, but there are some factors that can increase their value. Now let's get to the main topic. What's the value of a 1991 Washington quarter today? The answer depends on a few factors: condition, mint mark, and whether it's a special variety. Circulated coins, most 1991 quarters that have been in circulation are only worth face value minus 25 cents. However, coins in excellent condition with minimal wear can fetch a bit more. Uncirculated coins, an uncirculated 1991 quarter in MS65 condition, for example, can be worth between $3 to $7 depending on the mint mark. Higher grade coins could command even more. Proof coins, the San Francisco proof quarters, which have a mirror-like finish and were never intended for circulation, are generally valued between $5 to $10. These coins are especially prized by collectors. Errors varieties, as with most coins, error varieties can dramatically increase a quarter's value. Some 1991 quarters feature off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting errors, which can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on the error severity. When determining a coin's value, grading plays a crucial role. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is commonly used to assess a coin's condition. Coins in grades MS60 or above are considered uncirculated and can carry a premium. To get the best price for your coin, it's advisable to have it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. They will provide an official grade and authentication, making it easier to sell or trade your coin in the marketplace. So is the 1991 Washington quarter a hidden gem? For the most part, it's a common coin, but if you have one in excellent condition or a rare error variety, it could be worth more than just 25 cents. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin updates. Drop a comment below if you have any interesting 1991 quarters or other coins you'd like us to feature.